Scott Wagstaff, you said when we announced the retain list that you give that 10 days to 2 weeks for him. Have you spoken to him again now?
Yes, we have. I had a good chat with Scott, and I think it's best for him and his career, and he feels that as well, I think, if he seeks pastures new. Which is disappointing in one sense because he's a great lad, first and foremost. Everybody loves him, the staff love him, the fans love him, the players love him. I had to be honest as where I see him, and I think that Scott's game time, although he would get games, it wouldn't be. He had to decide really himself. Does he want to start off as sort of a squad player and then force his way in, or does he want to seek the sort of pastures new and really be a part of something? And I think, given the fact that he hasn't had too many games in the last 2 years, he was actually very brave to say, do you know what, I think I do need games, I need to play football, I'm a footballer. Yes, I believe I can get into your team, which was good, but I have to get the balance right, and I think we sort of came to that joint decision that it was probably better that at this stage he looks for something else. Now, I'm not saying that may not change again as we go into pre-season, depending on what we have or haven't got, and depending on what he has or hasn't got. But again, it's something that we decided to do.
Who are the teams, do you think, that could win Euro 2016?
God, do you know what? I haven't. That's the first time I've even thought about it. I've been that busy in Bristol City. The Euros is a distant. It's like a distant horizon for me at the moment. But I think. Okay, I think England will win it.
What about the Football League? Finally, they've talked about changing proposals for 2019-2020 to extend the Football League and make the divisions all 20 teams. I know Mark Ashton said he's going to go and speak in the summer at the AGM and find out a bit more. I'm sure you're aligned with that. But do you think the league and English football needs to change fundamentally?
Interesting. How do I see it going? I see there almost being two elite divisions, like the Premier League and Premier League 2 or the Championship, however that looks like. And then I probably see it regionalised eventually. And whether that sort of fits into that system probably doesn't, because you still need like promotion, relegation. But I just think it's going to be so hard for the smaller clubs to compete financially. And you already see the gulf between the Premier League and the Championship, and now I've seen the gulf between League One and the Championship. It is huge. It's exciting for a player because it means if you do well you can change your life by moving up a division. But what you'll end up is you just end up having the same sort of 3 or 4 sides going up and coming down from the Premier League, and the Championship will almost be a fixed set division, and the League One ones that will go up and go down because they just won't be able to compete financially. So it's how you sort that balance really, and there's probably needs to be a relaxation on the sort of rules as far as not so much feeder clubs but links with clubs. I think that teams are going to need help, so whether it be like an Oldham to be able to get a link with a Bristol City or a Man United or whoever to get 4 or 5 players playing in that side without losing the club's identity is the most important thing. Needs to be adhered to really, because these young players need to experience playing games and playing in front of the crowd. At the end of the day, what's the thing is to win the World Cup for England. So the only way we're going to do that is to get our young English players playing football and competitive football and experiencing a crowd. Sometimes you can have a player now 23, 24 has hardly played a game, and that's not good.
Already winning the Euros is fine.
Exactly. We won the Euros, win the World Cup, fine.